Hey everyone, Tracy here. Welcome back to my mini chaos. Today I'm going to show you how I created this gnome home inside a mason jar. This is the first time I attempted to record myself while crafting, so I do apologize for any poor quality. I'm going to keep practicing and hopefully get better. So I started out by making a tree. I learned from Shira at Queen City Minis to use aluminum foil to form the tree and then cover it in clay. I'm just using some cheap air dry clay I got from Amazon. While the clay was still wet, I dragged a craft knife over it, making random lines to create the texture of bark. And then with acrylic paint, I just painted the tree brown, and then I added a black wash over it to darken all the deep grooves of the bark. And then I dry brushed the tree with a gray. After that, I mixed some white glue with some moss flocking and stuck it all over the tree trunk, just anywhere I felt like it needed some. I found this package of green leaves at a miniature store and glued them to the branches. Later, you'll see that I added some purple flowers into the leaves. That happened off camera because my battery died and I didn't notice. Did I mention this was my first time recording myself crafting? Yeah. Now here is the door to my gnome home that I cut out of food packaging. It was a little too big, so I trimmed it down. That's better. I used my craft knife again to cut grooves into the door to make it look like wood. And then I also painted it brown and added a black wash. I used some beads to make hinges and a doorknob, and I painted them with a metallic copper color. And I cut another bit of food packaging to make a little tiny roof to go over the door. And now that the paint is dry on the doorknob and hinges, it's time to glue them on. There are those purple flowers. They came from a flower pick I got at Dollar Tree. Off camera, I drilled a hole into the bottom of the mason jar for the string of fairy lights to go through, and here I am putting those in and testing to make sure I can get the tree in and put the lights where I need them. Yeah, I think that's gonna work. Here's the back of the tree. Oh yeah, I made a sparkly spider web to put in the tree. Why? Because this is a whimsical gnome home and it just needed one. So real quick, here's how I made that. I glued several bits of string crossed over each other, kind of like a bicycle spoke. And then I glued down more string spiraling out from the center to make it like a web. Not the best picture of it, but there you go. There are more pictures at the end. So now I'm ready to start gluing the tree and everything to the base. Oh yeah, I made these gnomes and mushrooms out of clay and totally forgot to film any of it. Sorry about that. I plan to make a future short video to show how I made them. Here I'm using a string of greenery to wrap around the light string to make it look like a vine. It occurs to me I could have added more vines around the tree to make it look more natural, but I didn't think of that at the time. I am now wrapping the same greenery around my base. This made it a little more difficult to get everything into the jar, but the base is made of foam, so it had a bit of flexibility to squeeze it in there. And here you can see me struggle a bit to get it all in, but eventually I made it work. It only broke a little bit. A couple of the branches did crack a little bit, but you can't really tell unless you purposely go look for it. Whoops! Okay, so here's how it's looking. I got this jar years ago and it was originally a candle, which is why the lid has that star shape cut out. I just love the look of this jar so much that I kept it so I can make something cute with it. I'm pretty happy with how this is looking so far, but I'm not done. I still need a base to hold that battery pack. I decided to make a stone wall as my base. I salvaged this textured cardboard packing material from my recycling bin to make the stones. I've watched several other miniaturists make videos on how to make realistic looking stones, so I just tried to do what they did. I used some bold colors to give the stone some variation, but I did something wrong because in the end you can barely tell there are different colors. After painting the colors, I did a gray wash and then a black wash and then some dry brushing with white paint. But I still love the way it turned out. And I can't wait to try to make stones again. It's a really neat and fun process. Finally, I added some moss onto the stones. And the look is complete. What do you think? This was honestly so much fun to make. I hope you enjoyed watching. I've got 4 more projects I'm currently working on, so hopefully I'll have another video out for you very soon. Thank you for watching. You have a great day. Bye!